make my potato soup. I did not have time to write out this recipe. So we're just going to make it together. And this is how I did it the other night when I made it for my family. Camp wanted potato soup. And y'all, this morning, I wish I would have had it recorded. I said, Camp, guess what we're going to have for supper tonight? Guess what? I want potato soup. And he does this little dance. He saw also, what game is it that they do that dance? Fortnite. I'm not going to recreate it. Bella, you should come over here. No. She was like, no. So anyway, he did a fun dance. It was hilarious. He was super excited. And he uses the term bussin' for, what does that mean? Like he's excited. It's really, really good. He said, Mama, your potato soup is bussin'. Oh, that child. He drives me insane. Don't be mistaken. All right. So first thing that we're going to do, guys, for this potato soup is we are going to pulverize an onion. This is a white onion. If you want to use a yellow onion, I don't care. Do whatever you want. Give me just a sec. All right. So that was a whole onion. We're only going to use half for the potato soup. The other half, wrong variety. The other half will be for the, what is it called? Great Wall skillet. Okay. All right. With some of the, we'll just toss that. I'm not that worried about these. I will say that if I was just kind of hanging in my kitchen, I would have kept that. Okay, so I'm just going to scooch this over because I'm also going to put some more vegetables in here. I'm going to set that aside for Great Wall. So I just decided, and honestly, this just came out of necessity, but I have reviewed a couple of the recipes from Trim Healthy Table for the Trimmy Bisque because I love how they include the superfoods and some of the THM ingredients like the protein and stuff like that in those. I'm going to use this Norwex cloth to clean the celery. It's a little dirty. Anyway, I looked at those and just kind of saw what they use because I did use some of these ingredients in my first potato soup that I made the other day. But I thought, you know what? I don't want to miss anything that I can help my girls with. So they did include some celery and carrots and things. So I thought I was like, high five, you got that right. Okay, so I'm just going to chop this up. And we are going to also still put it in the food processor to make it a little smaller. So that was 3 stalks of celery. And then I also have a couple of carrots. Cucumbers. I'm gonna do 4. These are a little smaller than normal. Like these aren't these ginormous Peter Rabbit carrots, you know, that you see at the store. And I am gonna peel them as well. Normally I would have this done, but like I said, Christmas things. So let me tell you a little glimpse into my world. Monday was, hey Bella, I need a peeler. Oh, I got one. Monday was our little town's Christmas parade, and Camp's baseball team was in the parade. And he cried when he found out I couldn't come because I had work. And so I asked several clients, 4 to 6, that that had appointments, if they would please let me postpone. So I'm having to work a little extra today to make up for that. Bless. So normally I have more time in the mornings before our live in the kitchen to get things together. And anyway, might sound like an excuse to some, but it's no reason. All right, guys, let's get these carrots chopped up. Oops, I grabbed the wrong end. Now, if you have another kind of vegetable blend that toots your horn for this kind of stuff, fine. But I just thought that would be great. I had these vegetables fresh. I did not buy anything extra for today, just so y'all know. But the first thing that we're going to do, and this is what I did the other day, is we're just going to put all these vegetables in the pan. Where's my little thingy? There it is. And we're just going to get this kind of simmered. grab MCT oil. I have coconut oil there. I'm going to cook this in a little bit of coconut oil. Not a lot because this, I am aiming for an E. So we'll go with about half a teaspoon because we are going to add a little bit more fat in some other ways later. So I'm going to go get this on my stove top. So that was coconut oil and some veggies, onion, carrot, and celery. All right, while that is cooking, I'm gonna get some potatoes cut up. I have some reds and some golds. And honestly, the last time that I did this, I just dumped what I had. It was a mixture of potatoes. Would say about 3 pounds would probably be good. Most of these are 5-pound bags. Is that what this is? Yeah, 5 pounds. I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm just gonna wipe them off. I don't like to peel potatoes. I like to have the skin. They are a very good source of nutrition, and I like to keep the skin on. I don't think I've ever peeled potatoes. Yellows or reds, golds or reds. So you do you, boo. So I'm just going to cut these up so that they cook faster. You have more time, then don't worry about it. But this is what I like to do. If you're using your Instant Pot, probably not going to be a problem if you do them whole. My Instant Pot is dirty, or I probably would have done it in mine. So I'm doing the reds first, and then I'll do the golds. I just like mixing them. Once again, you want to use all reds or all golds, fine. No, I'm not going to use white russet. They are too starchy, and there are plenty of potatoes available in your grocery store. It is not necessary to buy those anymore. Okay, girls? Hope that don't hurt your feelings. I had a client once. Her husband literally worked for, is it Idaho Spuds? Is that a name brand? It's something like that. And whenever I told, well, she was reading the education and going through the videos, and she messaged me and she said, so my husband was in the living room when I was reading about we didn't need to have white russets, and he works for them. Oh, it was so funny. She still laughs about that. She's local, so I see her pretty frequently. Y'all, them veggies be smelling good over there. All right, and our golds. These are usually smaller potatoes, but not today. These are yellow Idaho potatoes, if you're interested. So I'm just going to get 6 of those, picking them out randomly. Just going to wipe them off. Of course, if you want to wash these in your sink, it's fine, but I'm doing a video, so it's easier to do it this way than turn my back to y'all 90 times, okay? Have y'all ever heard the story about the young bride, and she calls her mom and says, do you know why Granny cut the end of her roast off? No, that's just what we've always done. We just cut the end of the roast off. So she ends up calling Granny, and she said, Granny, why did you cut the end of your roast off for your recipe? And she goes, it was too big for my pan. So sometimes when people have stuff in their recipe, it's just because it was convenient for them. And if you want to change it, it's fine. That story always cracked me up. I think I actually heard it at church in a sermon. Brother Mac, I think, told that story. Do you remember Brother Mac? You don't? Well, that's sad. Excellent man. If any of y'all live in Anniston, Alabama, that's where he is. He and Miss Sydney's dad were on staff together. Miss Sydney's dad was the minister of music. Brother Greg. He's passed away now. All right. Well, this would have been a great job for you to cut up these potatoes. I've used the gemstone before too from Sam's, and they're much smaller. And so you could just use that whole 5-pound bag in your potato soup if you wanted to. I really like those. And they're cute and pretty and ready to go. But this actually, I think my stuff sounds like it's simmering really good over there. And we're almost done. So I'm gonna bring the pot back over and just get the potatoes and the broth. Oops, knocked a potato on the floor. Okay. Is this full? That was from the pantry? I think so. Okay. Okay, the veggies are soft. So now I'm just gonna put my potatoes in here. And our broth, and we're gonna let them boil. We will not be taking any of the liquid out. It will all be used in the recipe for the potato soup. And some of you may need to add more liquid. I may need to add more liquid. It's kind of a hit or miss situation. All right, so I'm gonna get this over here. Just boiling. Okay. So I have the lid on it. I have it on high, and it is doing its thing. And I pray that they will be ready before we have to go. If not, I'll walk you through the rest of the process. So at this point, I want to talk to you about this ham. Now, I will not be having ham in my soup for an E. My soup recipe is going to be in the E mode, but my people really, really, really love a ham. Do I have the Briana Thomas recipe pulled up? Can you pull it up for me? It was on my phone. Well, you can just do that while I'm getting the ham out. So this is a ham, and I did look at the ingredients, and I will say that this does have dextrose, which would not be deemed 100% on plan. I did not spend hours and hours trying to find a ham that was legit for Trim Healthy Mama. So sometimes things just aren't going to be perfect. It is, I was going to tell you guys, it's 8 pounds. Huh? I'm going to let you read it to me. Okay, now I do like to pull some of the fat off. Where did my knife go? But that's just me. It's really thick. This one. My dogs are going to be losing their minds. I don't pull all of it off, so don't get stressed out. I also do this with my chicken. I mean, my turkey. Once again, if you don't want to do this, you do not have to. If you do not want to cook a ham to go along with your potato soup, you do not have to. Honestly, when I did my potato soup the other day, I just happened to have ham left from Thanksgiving. So it was just a nice little perk. But my people really love this kind of ham. And it was still on sale at the grocery because of the holidays. And so I thought I would just yank it on up. Okay, I'm happy with that. All right, so what we're going to do is get the glaze. This is a Briana Thomas glaze. I will link that recipe for y'all. Let me get something here. All right, Bella was first. Butter. Is it melted butter? Just says butter. Half a cup. Well, we're just gonna do a stick. Put it in the microwave for me. So the alternative for us as mamas for an E soup, and I am going to add additional protein to the soup, but I use lean deli meat. So you can use your lean ham or Canadian bacon. And what I do, this is a little extra step, but when I'm having it for my meal, whether it is the main meal, the first time I cook it, or for my leftovers, I just either chop it up cold, chop it up, heat it, add it to my soup. Not a big deal. But that ensures that I can keep it in E. So there's my tip for that, okay? Okay, what's next, Bella? 2 tablespoons. You don't like mustard? I mean, you can leave it out. But we really liked it like this. Did you like the ham? It's squirting everywhere. I do not like mustard in general. Okay. 3 to 4 teaspoons super sweet. Okay. 1 teaspoon garlic powder. We do not have garlic powder. Y'all want to know a fun story? I have gone to the grocery store several times and thought, what extracts and powders do I need? And I think it's onion, but it's garlic. So we have multiple containers of onion powder, and I really need garlic powder. Okay, what's next?
1 teaspoon of maple extract.
1 teaspoon maple extract, okay. And
1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves.
teaspoon cloves. Okay.
8 drops of the orange oil.
Okay, we're not going to use orange essential oil, but I will use a 1/4 teaspoon of orange extract. P.S. In my holiday group, I made the holiday cranberry muffins. I think that I used orange extract, and I think I would have liked more. Just a little side note for anybody. All right, now what do I do? Well, we're going to put the ham in the oven, and we'll glaze it with this later. At least we have the glaze made. Do I need to have it covered up? I think so. That's funny. What I get for having calls before my lab in the kitchen. Oh, did y'all see? This is a new roaster I got from Paper Chef. My friend had a party. I was really excited to get it. When I made my Thanksgiving turkey, I was like, this thing has seen better days. All right, we're gonna put the ham in the oven. Oh, that's funny. All right, we'll have to time how long that took. It didn't take as long as I thought, and I'm very happy about that. I did turn off our Great Wall skillet. So now this is a new. Do you remember what this was called, the Paper Chef? Mm-hmm. It's kind of taken the place of the mix and shop, but it just helps kind of mush up the potatoes. I also use it for my ground meat. I have one, and then I bought a second one to give as a gift. I didn't have anybody in particular, but my handy helper over here, Bella, she opened them up because she opened that second one up because I think it was she, wasn't you? One of my handy helper girls, opened it up and just put it into my little canister over there. But it was good because I just needed to there. All right. If you want to use an immersion blender, you can. If you want to use a hand mixer to blend this up, you can. I'm just going to continue kind of chopping on this. Remember, it does have onion, celery, and carrots. Other than that, there's not a non-starchy veggie. If you want to add cauliflower or rice cauliflower, you can. Coach Amy's Kitchen is fresh out of those options, but that is one way that you could get a non-starchy veggie into your potato soup if you want. So I'm just going to put some more broth in here. All right. So we're going to add some protein to this. Where'd you put those? Did you put it all up? Mm-hmm. Oh, I need it back. Gelatin, collagen, sunflower lecithin, please, Bella. She was trying to get things. So I'm just going to do a scoop of collagen. And if you want to, you can pull some of the broth out. I'm just going to sprinkle it on top and mix it in. It really I did not have a problem with this at all when I did this. So a scoop of collagen is 1.5 tablespoons. If you want to use more, you can. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of gelatin to add. I do not have a dry gelatin. I needed a dry tablespoon. Just gonna sprinkle this, and after I sprinkle this, I am gonna give it a really good stir. I'm gonna assess and see if I need more liquid. Increases our protein. No, I don't know how much. I have not figured that out. If anybody would like to figure that out, they are more than welcome to, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna give this a little stir. Whenever you have leftovers, you will see that the gelatin does gel, but once it's heated, it's totally fine. And neither of those powders are flavored, so there's no detection there, just extra protein. Okay. What else did I say I was going to use? Oh yes, some sunflower lecithin. And this will help with the creaminess that we're wanting. I'm trying to keep this dairy-free for myself. If you are not worried about dairy-free, then you can use some heavy cream, a couple of swirls if you want, and that'll help. You could also use butter if you wanted to. So I'm going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of sunflower lecithin and give it a little stir. Helps with the creaminess. Sunflower lecithin is a fat. It's a brain food. I actually had a new one-on-one who's new to THM and all the fancy things. And she said, is that necessary? I'm like, no, it's not necessary. But it is a good thing if it's something you want to get later on in your journey. Okay, there's that. We're going to give some salt. About a few teaspoons of salt. As season as desired, I say. Use some nutritional yeast. This was the star, in my opinion, of that queso. It helped really give it a cheesy flavor. I'm going to use a couple tablespoons in here. You don't want to use that much, that's fine. Put optional there, Darlene. This entire recipe is optional. This is why I'm not good at writing recipes. Because I'm like, it's okay. You don't want to use that, that's fine. All right, what else did I say? Oh yeah, a little bit of onion powder. Just a little sprinkle. Not a lot. And a little pepper. If you are dairy free and you are do not mind doing crossover, I particularly do not like dairy free heavy cream and things like this. It's got too much of a sweetness to it and I don't like it. But if that's something you want to try in a small serving to see if you like it, I think that you totally should. Okay, so that's it. At this point, for my family, I would serve this up for them. And, mix in the ham that's cooked. It'll be cooked later. And then also top it with cheese. If they want a little bit of sour cream, Wes Gaskin will. We also chop up green onions and then use crackers for them. They like wheat thins. What other things did y'all use, Bella? You don't use wheat thins? I know the boys do, and Daddy does. So let me get a scoop of this so y'all can see. Because of the gold potatoes and also the nutritional yeast, it is a little bit yellow. It's not white like most potato soups. Oh, they also like to put bacon bits on there. For me, I would scoop this out. If I was not dairy free, I would use a little bit of fat-free Greek yogurt or something on there, and also a sprinkle of cheese for garnish. So that's what I would do if I was not being dairy free at the moment. And then also, I love green onions on top. I might do a sprinkle of bacon bits, and then I would use that lean ham that I showed you, or Canadian bacon. So 3 pieces of Canadian bacon is 10 grams of protein, plus the little bit that we got from the collagen and gelatin. So it still would be a little bit of a lighter meal. It is not 100% required that you always max out your protein, but it is good to know what you're looking at, because you may be hungry later. Because this doesn't have a ton of non-starchy and a ton of protein. Just remember, you may want to add a supplemental protein, like have a hot chocolate after or something like that, or another protein source. I just wanted to warn you of that. So I'm happy with this, and I hope that y'all are too. Supper is ready to go.